Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day or great night or whatever it is in your part of the world right now, doing whatever it is that you do. And for the first time in about 2 weeks, hello YouTube. It has been a while. I've been busy, well I haven't been busy really, but I've been streaming Alone in the Dark on Switch. There is a playthrough on that if you want to take a look, but honestly, just wait for it to come out on YouTube. I'll put it up at some point, but please do not be excited for that. That game is trash. Anyway, that was going to be Platinum 550, but I've had a change of heart. I'm going to make it Metal Gear Solid instead, because this game is an absolute classic, and I think having it highlighted on my profile would be a good thing. Now, reason for late starts, I've only got about 2 hours of stream tonight, unfortunately. The reason for the late start is I couldn't figure out how to actually get this game started. And part of that was me trying to get in on the other accounts, which isn't connected to the internet, but we've also got a whole bunch of game selections here, and I needed to download some of these. Well, I still need to download that one, but I believe this one here, Integral, has Japanese descriptions for the items in-game, which I can read a little bit of Japanese, but not terribly much, so I'm not going to do that. But looking through the trophy guide, I believe this is the version that we need to play tonight. Both to get to the VR missions for a certain trophy, there's 300 VR missions, and also just to play the game in general. I believe this one here is the European release, the PAL release, which no one wants to watch that, including myself when I played it God knows how many years ago. I think this is the one. I'm not certain though. I'm still just looking through the guide and trying to see if there's anything that I need to know. This trophy cannot be unlocked in VR missions. Oh, hang on, does it have to be done in special missions? Shit. I think this can be done separately anyway, so maybe I will play this one and then we'll switch over to special missions for the VR missions. Apparently it's been fixed in version 1.5. I don't know. This whole thing is very confusing. I get that Konami's done a great thing here by including all these versions, but I'm struggling to understand it. I don't want to play the PAL version. Wait. I'm so confused by what I've downloaded. I thought I downloaded both the US and the Japanese. I definitely downloaded something Japanese, and it should be installed. Alright, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's boot up this, and I believe what I'll need to do when the time comes is I'll need to boot up special missions here. VR missions may be bugged, so I'll stay away from that. But I'll boot this up. It looks like we need to play this in PAL, which sucks. And yeah, we'll fire up the English US version of this. And just very quickly, how do we change the controller pause? We are Snake, a government agent? No. So, wait. Is that all we get? Open online manual, that's it. I don't see the back of the CD case. And just quickly, I will be listening to some of the codecs, not all. When I feel like it, I'll just put it up and have a listen. I did play this many, many years ago. It is a classic. I've not played it since, I'd say, the mid-2000s, maybe 2005, as per the top right there. It's been a very, very long time. But let's just boot it up and have a good time. And look for some trophies. That's my words. Golden Gats, how you doing? Intent is to do 3 playthroughs. 2 to get each of the special items, and then the third one to go for the plat, or to do it on hard difficulty. Yeah, I remember borrowing this game from a friend when I was in school. If that potentially puts an age to me.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by Next Generation Special Forces, being led by members of Foxhound. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon. You'll have 2 mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim. High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
The man with the same codename as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes. This is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
That intro. Yeah, if I was recording this properly for YouTube, I'd probably look at the briefing, go through all that, make some comments, but I'm not. We're just looking for trophies. I do intend to take my time though, and speak to some people on the codec occasionally, watch all the cutscenes, that sort of thing. Right, where's options? Options is indeed options. Yeah, VR training here. It's not the 300 missions. It's under special. Is that the briefing? No, the briefing's over there. Previous operations. I do want to stream these. I want to play these. I have played a little bit of Metal Gear. I didn't get terribly far in it though. I do want to check that game out as well as Metal Gear 2, so please be excited for that whenever I get to it. I'll just watch this first one, then we'll get out.
It's been a long time, Snake.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
That's no way to greet an old war buddy, Snake.
What do you want from me?
I just invited you here so we could have a talk.
Invited? That's what you call sending armed soldiers after me?
Sorry if they were a little rough with you. But we've got a serious situation here. Only you can get us out of it.
I'm retired from Foxhound. You're not my commander anymore, and I don't have to take orders from you or anyone else.
He does have eyes.
You will take these orders. I know it.
Excuse me.
Who's this?
Dr. Naomi Hunter. She's chief of Foxhound's medical staff and an expert in gene therapy.
Are you military?
No, civilian. I've been sent here from ATGC. Pleasure to meet you, Snake. Don't worry, this injection won't hurt a bit.
What's the shot for?
What's wrong? You don't like shots?
He didn't answer the question.
Snake, listen up. It all went down 5 hours ago. Heavily armed soldiers occupied Shadow Moses Island, a remote island off the coast of Alaska.
What soldiers?
Next Generation Special Forces, led by members of Unit Foxhound. They've presented Washington with a single demand, and they say that if it isn't met, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
A nuclear weapon?
I'm afraid so.
Take a
You
shot
see,
every
the
time
island is the
Snake
site of a
asks a
secret
question,
nuclear
which is
weapons
basically the
disposal
last two
facility.
words of the previous sentence.
Foxhound hijacking a nuclear weapon?
Now you understand how serious the situation is. You'll have 2 mission objectives.
Also, the goal of my content is to entertain. Please
First,
do
you're
not
to
harm
rescue
yourselves.
The DARPA chief, Donald
Do not
Anderson,
take my advice ever.
and the president of ArmsTech, Kenneth Baker. They're both being held as hostages.
Those are some heavy-duty hostages.
Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to launch a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do. Any questions, Snake?
Questions? I haven't even said whether I'd accept this mission.
Well, you can make up your mind after you hear more about the situation.
We don't need to hear more. Not on this playthrough, anyway. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff here. We don't see Meryl here.
Colonel, I don't work for the government anymore. Let me go back to Twin Lakes.
Why, Snake? Is your life in Alaska all that great?
There's a dog sled race this week. Next Saturday, I have to be in Anchorage.
The Iditarod? The longest sled race in the world? When did you become a dog musher?
Right now, my 50 Huskies are my only family. I've got to take care of them.
Don't worry about your dogs.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, Snake, but this vessel is headed for the Bering Sea. There's no room for debate.
I told you, even if I do owe you, I don't owe anything to this army or this country.
You will accept this assignment.
Why should I be stupid enough to do that? I'm no patriot.
Snake, there's enough dirt in your file from your days as an agent to keep you in the stockade until you're a very old man.
Oh, I see. Blackmail.
No, Snake. I prefer to look at it as helping you come to a decision more easily. But anyway, I know you better than that. You'd take this assignment even without the threat.
Why do you say that?
You're a natural-born soldier. You're not the grow old gracefully type. It's the same for all of us who've seen real action. The only place we can feel truly alive is on the battlefield. I'm a soldier too. I know those feelings of powerlessness, frustration that you feel every day. You've tried to play the Boy Scout out there in Alaska, but you can't race dogs in the snow forever. Why don't you come back to us and be a soldier again?
You think my life is some kind of a joke?
Snake, I just want to give you back your purpose in life.
I don't remember that conversation. And I wonder if that's because I X'd out of that. There's definitely a different ending you can get there if you go through all of the briefings. So I'm not going to do that. Alright, so I believe to get the platinum we need to play on hard, but I'm going to do 2 playthroughs on normal first. You can speedrun this pretty easily in about 3 hours once you know what you're doing. So that we can get the 2 special items, which will make this, you know, bearable. Commencing mission. I've got to be dead honest, I have no idea why it popped twice. I feel it may have popped for an entirely different game.
swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
God damn, this music. Right, well, I just updated my profile. It reckons only the PS4 version of this. I have no idea what the hell's going on. One trophy, not two. Hello, Colonel.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface. But make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Can I walk? No. Walking is not a thing that we can do. Grab that ration. I'm not used to the game running this fast. Once again, I'm a filthy Australian, and therefore we play things at 50 Hz. Which, when he divided it, turned into 25 frames per second, not 30. Dark times, chat, dark times. Fortunately, the HD era got rid of all that nonsense. Oh god. And, now we can play games properly. I can go around the corner, really. I thought it would actually stop me from doing that. Yeah, on hard mode, we lose the radar, and unless you want to be judicious with the first-person view here and carefully look around every corner, you're going to get spotted instantly.
Snake, there's an elevator there you can take up to the ground. You'll just have to wait for the elevator to come down. You better hide somewhere.
Let's just hide over here then. And by wait for the elevator to come down, you mean wait for the credits.
Snake, don't forget this is a covert operation. There are lots of bad guys and only one of you. If you're spotted, you'll be surrounded before you know it.
If that happens, you're finished.
First, go to the elevator in the back, take it up to the ground floor. Then look for the DARPA chief.
Need to wait for the elevator first. And I'll probably say this a ton during the playthrough, but I love how this game sounds. This is a PS1 game and the audio is not recorded in the best quality, but having just finished recording Gabriel Knight 2 and also Gabriel Knight 1, this game's audio quality is excellent, but it's low fidelity. And yet, I think it actually sounds better than MGS2 and MGS3, where the audio was much higher quality. Thank you, game. It has a very gritty feel to it, and this game has aged, in my opinion, incredibly well. Mind you, it was also incredible when it came out. I do have a bit of a weird relationship with this game, which I'll probably talk about some other time, but yeah, I'm just happy to be playing this again after God knows how many years. Up we go. Hideo Kojima game. I have another Hideo Kojima game that I need to play before I get spoiled on us, but God knows when I'll get to it. Let's get this game done first, and then maybe I'll check it out on stream. MGS. Absolute classic. We have no eyes, and I recall before MGS2 came out, people were speculating, will they actually render Snake's eyes? That was a real discussion that was had back in the day.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
So the shot we received earlier was an anti-freezing peptide. Good stuff. I'm very reassured by that.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed. There are only 18 hours left until their
We've been
deadline.
playing for about
You've got to
5
hurry.
minutes at most.
Wow, he must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
And then we immediately
sorry.
start flirting with the
I
female
haven't introduced
characters.
you two yet.
God damn it, Kojima.
This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on.
I assume
I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake.
you're talking about her voice,
But I'm surprised.
because you can't see
You're
her
very
portrait.
frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system.
It gets jammed rather easily,
The
I
bright
believe.
dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision.
Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy.
That eyes.
Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you.
Take a shot.
He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
I've changed my mind on the drinking game. It's now
Snake, your radar
nanomachines.
isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice.
I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
I still don't fully understand the logistics of how he does that, but smoking is not cool, kids. Don't do it. It'll kill you.
If you want to get in, there's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
I won't talk about this too much, but apparently the language that's been used here was like them talking about acronyms and course of action and 5.56s and all that bullshit. Apparently a lot of that came from the localization. And I believe they changed localizers or houses or whatever after the first game, which sort of explains, in my opinion, why this game's dialogue and this game's speech and whatever else is so snappy and so... I feel bad saying this. So good.
A surveillance camera?
Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My god, that's terrible. Am I visible here? We use the D-pad. We do actually have analog controls here, which is incredible, but I'm going to stick with the D-pad. D-pad is basically 8-way. Analog. We have full control here, which is something that I don't think I've ever actually used. That guy's asleep, but there's a camera above him. And yeah, there's no way through there. He's like, just go to the front door. It's like, no, you can't go through there even if you can get there. SOCOM. Good game. So we also hold down square to aim, release to fire. Yeah, it's weird. So if we do that, apparently that suppresses our footsteps. I'm not a speedrunner, but I'm just letting you know. So there should be some stun grenades in the middle here. I'd like to grab them if possible, but chances are I'm going to get spotted. Unfortunately, we do not have save states here. Never mind, shaft grenades. You can use those to shut down the cameras. Yeah, Konami, you need to remake this game. You're remaking MGS3. This one is more fuck. This one is much more deserving of a remake, in my opinion. Remaking the Fox engine the way you did, or the way Kojima did MGS5. Everyone will love you for it. We need to hide here. No, let's just go.
That base must have some kind of ventilation system to recirculate the air. There should be air ducts around there somewhere.
Oh, we know.
They must need a lot of power to run the base. There's probably a diesel generator somewhere. And since generating electricity requires oxygen, there must be exhaust openings for that too. You're not gonna believe this, but they shot down the F-16s we were using as a diversion with a Hind D. Then we got a message from Liquid.
You're right,
He
I
said
don't
if we
believe
try
that.
something like that again, he'll launch the nuke. Snake, hurry up and get in there. That Hind will be coming back soon.
What did they shoot them down with? Hellfires?
That base must have some kind of ventilation system to That base must have...
Nothing.
That base...
Also, that echo. What is Naomi's frequency? We can definitely talk to her as the game progresses, and we can talk to a few other people as well.
Snake, when you enter a narrow space, you'll automatically go into intrusion mode. Press up on the directional button to go forward, and down to retreat backwards. You can also press right or left to face either direction. Advance while hiding yourself, pay attention to the enemy's actions, and make sure you're not discovered.
But be careful. You can't attack while you're in intrusion mode either.
And even if you go into intrusion mode while you're being chased, the enemy's grenades will still follow you. Snake, first you've got to find the DARPA chief. Look for clues.
Anything else?
Snake, first you've got to...
No. Tank controls. We used them in the 90s. They were fine. Just saying. Oh god. That's
Snake,
Miller.
this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80.
You need to turn the volume down just a fraction. I'm happy with where the speech is, but the problem is, if music starts playing, it's going to blow out your eardrums, I think. See, it's reasonably loud compared to my voice. Yeah, okay, we can use the analog stick to move around like this. That's kind of cool. Whereas if we're using the D-pad, I can only do that. And actually see inside here. I've never seen this before, really. It's like you come here, you look there, that's all you see, and that's all you get.
I moved the DARPA chief to the cell in the first floor basement.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
They just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell?
If we infiltrate Severe the other way, do we get a different cutscene? I think we do. There's an additional cutscene you can definitely guess here, something like increased security on the DARPA chief. Maybe maybe it plays if you've been spotted. Easy words. Another surveillance camera. Hey Campbell, I heard about a woman in a cell. Can we talk about that?
Snake, you've got to think. Your mind is your most dangerous weapon. If things are getting too complicated, try to simplify your thoughts.
Me
You can
dumb.
also try calling Campbell for advice.
Campbell dumb. Oh god, not you. I don't want to talk to you.
Soldiers that have been forged in the fires of battle are used to catching naps whenever and wherever they can. There's a big difference between real soldiers and those kids who have only been trained in VR simulators.
MGS2
After
says
playing
hello.
for a long time, you should get some rest too.
Fuck you.
Snake, didn't you hear that the DARPA chief was moved to a cell in the first floor basement?
I also heard something about a woman in a cell.
Snake, didn't you hear that the...
Right, he does not give a shit. Good to know. Yeah, you're gonna teach me a control here.
Press the action button to drop down.
I assume that's circle. What that? It's a ration that I can't pick up because I'm full. I'm carrying 2 rations already. I cannot hold any more. Yeah, it's circle. This music. There's a camera on our right.
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a
Really?
cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
Use the elevators to change floors. I can't think what else you would do with an elevator, other than, you know, going inside and fasting in it.
Don't make too much noise or you'll be spotted. Be careful when you're walking on that floor.
Level 2 door. Unfortunately, we cannot shoot the cameras, and they've not patched any way of throwing anything at the cameras, so that is not a thing we can do. I don't remember any of these items or what I have to do, so bear with me. Thermal goggle. If I remember correctly, on hard mode, that is in a different location. Thermal imaging system for night vision use. Oh god. What? Alright, that happens if I push L1 and R1 at the same time. Controller settings. Change controller settings? No, not that. I wonder why that's there. You can actually change this stuff, huh? I've already started playing, so I'm not going to touch it. I did see we had this option as well, which might be dreadful, it might be nice. Let me just turn that on for a bit. It's probably going to upset people, and you know what? I'm okay with that. If it gets too distracting, I will turn it off. It's my way of saying the first time it gets spotted, I will turn it off. Yeah, this is the hard part. We got enemies downstairs. We need to dodge this camera, go down there, and hope that it lines up. So if we're playing this on hard mode, I absolutely want the special item. Or maybe I can go down there. This guy's walking in a circular pattern or anti-clockwise around this tank to my north. Level 1. Don't believe there's anything else around here. There's something directly ahead. I thought there was some stun grenades around here, which I kind of want. It's 10 sheer stealth assassins all over again, being able to see through walls. What have we here? Circon bullets. Alright.
Snake, use the elevator to move from floor to floor. To call the elevator, press the button on the nearby control panel by pressing the action button. The elevator should show up in no time.
And yes, if you keep pushing the button, it shows up quicker. Level 1 basement. The DARPA chief is down here.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
He's more of a green blob, actually.
Good. You've got yourself a weapon. To use it, first hold down the R2 button to enter weapon mode. Then select the weapon you want with the directional button.
How do we fire a gun?
After you've selected the weapon you want, let go of the R2 button to exit weapon mode. The weapon you selected should appear in your hand. To use the weapon, follow the directions displayed in the window. If you use the R1 button, you can equip your weapon more quickly. While you're barehanded, press the R1 button to equip the last weapon you used. Press the R1 button while you're holding a weapon to be barehanded again. Don't fire your gun needlessly, or you might be discovered. If you had a gun with a suppressor, it would be a different story. If you have any questions about weapons or equipment,
there we go.
You should ask our military analyst, Nastasha. Her frequency is 141.52.
I'll text her once. And only once.
This is Nastasha Romanenko. A pleasure to work with you, Solid Snake.
You're the nuclear specialist that the Colonel mentioned?
That's me. You can ask me anything about nukes that you want. I am also a military analyst, so I have an extensive knowledge of weapon systems as well. They asked me to participate in this operation as a supervisor from the Nuclear Emergency Search Team.
Nest.
I was happy to accept. We must not allow terrorists to get their hands on nuclear weapons of any kind. I hope I can help you to stop them.
You're a tough lady.
Those terrorists are serious about launching a nuclear weapon? The world cannot stand by idly and allow that to happen, and neither can I. Unfortunately, all I can do from here is provide you with information.
Hopefully that'll be enough. Another soldier here wouldn't make a difference anyway. It's good to work with you, Nastasha.
Same here, Snake.
Let me be clear. The members of our support team that we've met so far, we can talk to them, and we can chat to them a lot, and we can get a lot of information out of them, and, you know, have a good time. This lady that we've just spoken to will literally talk your ear off. You can talk to her, she is going to educate you so much about nuclear weapons and the horror of nukes and everything else, that by the time you've completed this game, you will wish that you had possession of a nuclear weapon yourself. I mean, no offense by saying that is just a fact. She will... fuck me, she's got so much dialogue, and all of it means nothing in the context of the game. Level 1. And yeah, I get that at the end of the game we'll learn something about nukes, and there's a message for all of us. It's starting already, that's what I'm trying to say.
Snake, if you want to go up or down a ladder, just press the action button by the ladder.
No, really go this way? No. Absolutely not. So if you're speedrunning this, I believe there is a skip that you can use to get through this door. It's either now or later. But if you can get through that door, you can basically skip about, I don't know, about half of the game. And my second playthrough of this will be much faster than the first. Just having a good time for this first one.
You're a bad man.
Captain Grayson 1969. Nice name. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I am indeed a bad man. Which vents are we in? Don't know.
Oh, kinda damn cold. I hate Alaska. Boy, oh boy, that woman is built all right.
Be respectful. Also, is that Johnny? We'll guess in there much later.
Is that a woman? Not him.
There's definitely some Easter eggs around here. I don't recall what they are, but I'm not a perv, so let's just move on.
Snake, the DARPA chief's signal is coming from somewhere in that area. Isn't there some place to drop down? Take a look around in first-person view mode.
Going to get an auto drop here. Right, settle in, and once again, if you see the word nanomachines, take a shot.
Who's that?
Drink responsibly, kids.
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
You don't have to take a shot for this. Metal Gear?
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data, and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution...
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex.
Two sentences, two question marks.
Prototype.
I'll shut up.
They're probably already finished arming the war.
Shut up in there, will ya?
With Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes, Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of Arms Tech?
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
Convenience.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha.
That's how RFID actually works, kids.
Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Hey, what happened?
That was abrupt.
Dead.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No,
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
What does that even mean?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
How do we get out of here, though? I look over here. I thought there was something we could do here. Yeah, and possibly Pervy.
Sorry, Snake, but it looks like the rescue was a failure. There's no reason to stay in that cell anymore. Snake, get out of there and go to the second floor basement. You've got to rescue the president of ArmsTech, Kenneth Baker, before the terrorists find out his detonation code.
They have one code.
Snake, get out of there and go to the...
Yeah, we're seeing that. And they're probably going to find a second, and I'm just going to make a quick save here.
The DARPA chief. Poor man. He has a heart attack right after you save him. I'm getting a bad feeling about this, Snake. Maybe you should let me save your mission.
Here's one memory card. Nothing. Normally you get like a little proverb or something from her. It's the game's way of encouraging you to keep playing. Do we see this guy more naked than usual if we leave immediately, or...?
Don't move!
I think so.
So you killed the chief, you bastard!
Not untrue.
Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move!
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you shoot me, rookie?
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance, that scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie!
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here.
Looks like we'll be a little delayed.
What are you doing? Don't think. Shoot!
You can shoot as well, dude. So, if we're playing on hard,
Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
we need her to kill them.
I'm telling you, shoot!
It's like we have to hold them and then let her shoot them. What? First death.
Are you okay? Snake? Snake?
Not even remotely okay. Yeah, let me just go out here. We'll gun them all down. I believe I need less than 25 kills on hard mode, and what I'll do this time is I'll wait a moment before going out there. You see on the radar, Meryl's coming over. Spoilers, that's Meryl, that's the Colonel's niece. We pretty much instantly recognize that she is a rookie and she's not one of them. Do we see something different here now?
Don't move!
I'm thinking of the other area in the next building where if you follow her in there quickly enough,
So
you
you
see
killed
something unusual. So I think we do get healed automatically after this, so I'm not worried about taking a hit.
I'm telling you, shoot!
Love the way the gun clicks 3 times and then she reloads. Out of bullets. I have no memory of this, eh?
Snake! What happened? Snake! Snake!
I don't think we have stun grenades at this point, so even if we've got the bandana, that's just a ration, isn't it? Yeah. Even if we have the bandana, we can't just toss stun grenades to get through that. I feel like there's something we can do here to see the other cell. Am I imagining that? I don't know. Damn it.
What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
I'm telling you, shoot!
I don't recognize those characters, those Japanese characters on the alert screen. I'm guessing it means danger or something. Alright, grenades. I need to hide here. She takes it like a champ. Ulysses is winding down. And let's never talk about that again.
Thanks for the help.
Wait!
That ass.
Who are you? You fool! You've killed him!
I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
It is a good idea. How much was he controlling? Well, I'm sorry, I need to check something immediately. Where is it? Maybe I have to do it from the main menu. I'll go up to the tank, I'll blow that up, and then... Well, actually, maybe I'll just defeat Ocelot and then go to the main menu.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake.
Take a shot. Take a shot.
Properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
At least some people in chat are probably dead by now. Can we talk about the nanomachine some more?
Snake, Psycho Mantis has the power to read people's minds. He got the DARPA chief's detonation code. Hurry up or he'll get Baker's code too.
That's right. If the terrorists get Baker's code, they'll be able to launch that nuke anytime they want.
Yeah, they'll use Metal Gear to do it. Colonel, did you know they were conducting a military exercise here using Metal Gear?
I didn't know.
Really?
Snake, you've got to understand. I'm just the middleman in this operation.
He knew.
Anyway, hurry up and get to the second floor basement. You've got to save the Arms Tech president before the terrorists find out his code. Anyway, hurry up.
We can't talk about that girl. You might be very interested. I need to do that. How are you doing, sir? Wasn't that... again, maybe I'm misremembering this, or maybe this is a regional difference, but I thought that was pixelated. My memory's not that bad, I swear. That was pixelated, but I'm not sure what triggers that. I'm in this cell. Can we talk about the lady who was in this cell?
Anyway, hurry.
He does not care. Right, we've not been this way. No, never mind, we've been this way. This game definitely sounds and feels different from what I remember playing. Again, maybe PAL versus NTSC, but like the sound effect of the elevator coming was not there. Not the one that I'm familiar with was not there. Use my words. And the music sounds a bit off as well. It could also be because I'm playing using earphones. Like, I don't remember this synth noise playing in the background there, that I have no memory of that. C4. They won't hear a thing. Ooh, the Nikita. The remote-controlled missile. Scratching my nose. PSG-1, the sniper rifle. The grenades. No smoking. It's this one, isn't it? The Farmus. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that word. So around here there should be some walls which are a different color.
The walls that were cemented over should look slightly different. Look at the walls carefully in first-person view mode. Try to find the walls that have a different pattern.
Did you try hitting the wall? Maybe it'll sound different too.
Those C4 explosives you've got should be able to destroy the walls that were cemented over.
Square to sets. Circle to destinies. Really? I have no memory of that area. Right, how many more do we have? I thought there was one on the right. We are not going through there. And that's the way through. Jamming. Just want to see if I've missed any here before the area populates itself. Because once we fight ocelots, we're going to get some enemies in here, I think. Okay, I'm holding stun grenades. When did I pick those up? I have no memory of that. So... is there another area we could blow up, or am I imagining that? This with the music. I kind of want to replay this on the European version, the PAL version, and just see if it sounds different, because I've got no memory of the game sounding like this. And this is one of those games which is sort of burned into my mind, so I don't think that's a false memory speaking there. I'm an old man or a grumpy bastard, but I'm not that old and I'm not that grumpy, I swear. I just swear a lot. Okay, let's go through here, have a chat to Mr. Ocelot.
President Baker should be somewhere around there. Hurry up and find him. Also, you can't use your radar there. Mei Ling says it's because of electronic jamming. If you want to know more, ask her.
Mei Ling, why does my radar not work?
Snake, you can't use your radar in that area. There's some kind of electronic jamming coming from there. I wonder what it is. Anyway, be careful.
He didn't explain anything, but okay.
Be careful, Snake.
I feel the need to equip my gun. Also, I'm almost out of C4. Here's your words. How are you doing, dude? That looks quite dangerous.
Snake, you can't.
No, not you. I keep getting that wrong, damn it. Up and down, it's so hard.
President Baker should be somewhere.
Yeah, I'm looking at him. Really, he's right there. Alright.
Am I too late? He's alive. You're the Arms Tech president, Kenneth Baker, right? Don't worry. I'm here to save you.
Do you not see that C4 there?
No, don't touch it.
C4.
Right. Touch that wire, and the C4 will blow up along with the old man. So you're the one that the boss keeps talking about.
And you?
Special Operations Foxhound. Revolver Ocelot. I've been waiting for you, Solid Snake. Now we'll see if the man can live up to the legend. This is the greatest handgun ever made.
Single Action Army.
Single Action Army. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves. Now I'll show you why they call me Revolver. Draw!
How many goes will this take?
Draw!
Yeah, even the boss battle music sounds different. It feels like there's more synth effects to it.
I love the reload, Louis.
Long silver bullet into a chamber. Tight and wet. Got it.
Let's go.
I'm using the analog stick for this. Iframes are definitely a thing here. You can see them flash, so it's fair. He's flashing right now, he's not flashing now. I'm not hiding, I'm directly in front of you, dude. There is a sort of auto lock-on, like I'm holding and it's sort of tracking him, but it's difficult to use. Intentionally so. And I get the idea is to try and hit this guy without hitting Baker in the middle. It doesn't quite work the way I want it to, though. I think on hard mode he goes into these ricochet bullets much quicker. Going off 20-year-old memories here, chat. Damn it. Oh, do we get healed when we complete this, or... I know we get a longer life bar, but I don't know if we get healed on us. There you are. 2 more bullets. One more bullet. Oh. I think that's it. I think I'm done. Hopefully we get healed. Otherwise, I'm using a ration.
Just what I'd expect from the man with the same code as the boss. It's been a long time since I had such a good fight, but I'm just getting warmed up. What? My hand!
I'm not sure how he gets Baker out of that. Also, holy fuck, his hand.
Can't you even die right? You were lucky. We'll meet again.
That stump is bleeding like a mofo.
Who are you? I like you. I have no name. That exoskeleton.
Hey Snake, where did you get that SOCOM suppressor?
Who the hell?
That's upstairs, isn't it? On level 1. Need to go up for that.
Can you talk?
Who are you?
I'm not one of them. The DARPA chief told me he gave them his detonation code. What about yours?
Oh, I get it. Jim sent you. You're from the Pentagon.
So what's with this guy's arms?
What about your code? There's no time.
I talked.
What? Now the terrorists have both codes and can launch any time.
It's not like I didn't fight. I managed to resist Psycho Mantis's mind probe.
He couldn't read you? How'd you do it?
Surgical implants in my brain.
Surgical implants?
Kind of like a psychic insulation. Everyone who knows these top secret codes has it.
Even the DARPA chief?
Of course.
But the DARPA chief said Mantis got his code by reading his mind.
Are you sure you heard him right?
Positive.
Yeah, I'm sure. In that case, how did they get your code?
I never had any training on how to resist torture.
It looks like he had some fun with you, all right.
Oh, he's not human. I tell you, he loved every second of it.
What happened to your arm?
He broke it.
Looks like you're more than even now. His was sliced off.
Ha, you're a funny man. So the DARPA chief, is he okay?
Dead.
What? Can't be. No, that's not what you promised, Jim. Now you want to shut me up?
Calm down. What's wrong with you? I just told you I was here to save you. I didn't kill the DARPA chief. He had a heart attack or something.
A heart attack? Oh, don't be a fool.
Anyway, the terrorists have both codes now.
Those boys are totally insane. They wouldn't hesitate to launch.
I agree, but what do they really want?
Oh, who knows? Maybe they're like us in the arms industry, always looking forward to the next good war.
Well, I'm not gonna let these maniacs start a war today. You still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code. I heard you had them.
No, not anymore.
What? Who does then? Not the terrorists.
No, that woman.
Woman? Who?
A soldier that was thrown in prison along with me.
We've only seen one.
Female soldier, it must be.
She said she had just joined up as a new recruit. They threw her in prison because she refused to take part in the rebellion.
A new recruit? Could that be the Colonel's niece?
I gave her the key. Looks like she managed to break out of here, though. I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she is. She's green, but as tough as they come. But how did you know she escaped?
I was in contact with her by codec. Until I was tied up here, that is.
Codec?
Yes, she stole it from the guard. If she still has it, you should be able to contact her.
I'm sure she still has it. What frequency was she at?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, it's... Oh, sorry. I forgot. Damn! Oh, that's right. It should be on the back of the CD case.
In my day, kids, games came on CDs, and you'd look at the front and the back of the CD case, and sometimes they came with manuals and whatnot. Oh, wrong button. And it's hilarious that this is literally it. Wait. Ah! That's different. Why is it doing that now? Looking at the online manual from the main page, it showed the, I'll call it like the back promotional text. Is it really not here? Does it say anything about the CD case here? We need to find a CD case. So what's that about editing save data? I really want to look into that before I quit tonight.
Contact her right away. But tell me, if this doesn't work, is there some other way to prevent the missile launch?
You need to find Hal Emmerich, one of my employees.
Who's that?
The team leader of the Metal Gear Rex project. A genius at engineering, but a little bit of an oddball.
You think?
If there's anyone who can figure out how to stop Metal Gear from launching, it's him.
What if he can't come up with anything?
You'll have to destroy it. Emmerich knows how to destroy Metal Gear.
Where is this Emmerich?
Well, he's probably being held somewhere in the nuclear warhead storage building. It's north from here. That's where he worked.
I understand, but why Metal Gear? The nuclear age ended with the turn of the millennium.
Oh, you're wrong. The threat of nuclear war isn't gone. In fact, it's greater than it's ever been.
There's a lesson here, kids.
The amount of spent nuclear fuel and plutonium is increasing even today. Listen, have you ever seen a warehouse full of nuclear material?
No.
Drums and drums of nuclear waste stacked this high, as far as you can see, because there's still no real way to dispose of the stuff.
So they just close the lid and try to pretend like it'll go away?
Essentially, yes. And they're not even doing a good job of storing it. Many of the drums are corroded, with nuclear waste seeping out of them.
Unbelievable.
Not only that, but several pounds of MUF are reported every year.
MUF?
It stands for material unaccounted for. It proves that there's a large and well-organized black market in nuclear materials. Furthermore, since the end of the Cold War, Russian nuclear engineers in particular are out of work with no way to turn. In other words, there's plenty of available nuclear material and scientists for making a bomb. We live in an age when any small country can have a nuclear weapons program.
What about the other superpowers?
Russia and China still maintain a significant nuclear presence. Complete nuclear disarmament is an impossibility. To maintain our own policy of deterrence, we need a weapon of overwhelming power.
Something mad.
You mean Metal Gear?
Yes. You know our industry suffered quite a blow as a result of the cuts in military budgets due to this so-called peace
I remember hearing a lot about mergers and takeovers among the big weapons makers.
Yes, and after my company lost their bid to produce the Air Force's next line of fighter jet, the Metal Gear system was our last ace in the hole. That's why we pushed to have Metal Gear developed as a black project.
Black project?
Secret projects paid for by the Pentagon's black budget. You can avoid a lot of red tape and get a great lead time on your weapons production. And no one can bother you. Not even those bleeding heart liberals on the Military Oversight Committee.
Are you talking about bribes?
Bribes.
I prefer to think of it as good business. Anyway, Metal Gear was going to be formally adopted after the results of this exercise were analyzed.
I don't give a crap about you and your company.
Yes, that's about what I'd expect from a grunt like you. Here, this is what you came for, right?
What's that?
An optical disc. It's all here. The main hard drive was destroyed by gunfire. This is the only remaining copy of the data.
What kind of data?
All the data collected from this exercise. Don't play dumb. I know you were sent to get this. I hid it from that sadistic maniac while he was torturing me. They don't know this disc exists. Make sure you report this to Jim. To your boss. I'll give you my card too. It'll open up all security level 2 doors.
Can you walk?
No. No, you go on without me. They got my password. They don't want anything else from me.
I have one more question. Who or what was that ninja thing? It looked like you knew something.
That ninja? That was Foxhound's dark little secret.
Dark little secret?
An experimental genome soldier.
You know him?
You should ask Dr. Naomi Hunter from Foxhound. She knows better than I.
Naomi?
You've got to stop them. If it goes public, my company and I are finished.
What? Doesn't Metal Gear use currently existing technology?
Metal Gear itself does, but... What did you do to me?
I'm still not sure what he was about to spill.
Oh, no, it can't be. Those Pentagon bastards. So, they actually went and did it.
What are you talking about?
They're just using you for...
Convenience.
What the hell?
I don't recall what's beyond that level 4 door there.
Colonel, are you listening? Now he's dead too.
I have no idea.
Don't lie to me.
It looked like another heart attack, but...
Some kind of poison?
Well, there are lots of drugs that can cause a heart attack in large doses. For example, potassium chloride or dioxides, but we won't be able to tell without doing an autopsy.
Damn!
Snake, I want you and Meryl to work together.
Can I trust her?
More than you can trust me. Get in contact with her.
Snake, there's a lot of electrical interference coming from there. It should be okay if you do burst transmission like us, but normal transmission is probably impossible. Try moving away from that area.
Snake, get a hold of yourself.
Naomi, what the hell was that ninja thing? A member of Foxhound?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have no one like that in our unit.
Is that right?
Snake, I'm counting on you.
I'm counting on getting healed. Damn it. I don't know if we can replenish that life bar by getting through the next boss battle without getting hit or not. I'm not that clueful. I do not recall what's beyond here. We need to come back here to grab the Nikita, and we need to come back here to grab the PSG-1, but I don't recall what's beyond that door. Alright, let's start winding down.
The DARPA chief and President Baker. So now the terrorists know both detonation codes.
Yeah, and on top of that, they both died right in front of my eyes.
Snake, now that the terrorists have both detonation codes, the only way to stop a nuclear launch is to either use the detonation code release keys that Meryl's holding, or
or find the Metal Gear chief engineer that President Baker mentioned, Hal Emmerich.
In any case, you should contact Meryl by codec. Wasn't her frequency written on the back of the CD case?
It's a great way of doing a copy protection until you realise you can just brute force it. There's only 200 combinations here. And yes, that's how I did it back in the day, because when the guy lent me the CD, it was not in the actual CD case. It wasn't a pirated copy or anything like that, it was genuine, but I didn't know what the combination was because we didn't have the internets back then. Right, is this area populated? It is. That's why I wanted to blow open those walls earlier. Let's go this way and grab the Farmus, or however you pronounce it. This looks sus. Aha! The other way you can see those things is by using cigarettes, but we're not going to do that because cigarettes will kill us. And I have virtually no health. Just gotta be careful here that I don't manipulate Snake in such a way that he stands up. Like so. Yeah, hard mode is asking for the 2 special items. I know that's the wrong floor, I just want to hear something. There's that sound effect. Just want to hear that. Ooh, that sound effect there. Yeah, I won't go after the tank tonight, we'll do that. I should be online tomorrow, so we'll do it tomorrow night. We have level 1 door. I've not been in any of these. I don't know if we need to do anything special to equip the suppressor. I see that we've got it here. Maybe I just need to have it out, or maybe it's automatic. Hey, yeah, we've got the disc. We have an MO disc. We Resident Evil now.
In any case, you should contact Meryl by...
You don't care about this disc? We've picked up all this stuff, we need to talk to people about it. So, D-pad, not analog stick, D-pad. So, I want to get back up there, but that's risky. L. Is there a way back up here? Can I crawl up the stairs? I don't remember. Yes. We have a box. I don't quite remember how to use these. It's not essential that you use them, but we're witnessing the birth of a meme there, Chaz. Cardboard box. Alright, so now that I'm here, I need to get back down, and that guard is right where I don't want them. feel I need to move sooner rather than later, otherwise I'm going to get spotted. Alright, we're not doing the tank tonight. Let's just have a chat to Meryl. This is not the place for it, but let's have a chat.
Who are you?
I was really impressed with the way you busted yourself out of there.
The one from the prison?
You're the Colonel's niece, Meryl, right?
No, it's not him. Just exactly who are you?
I'm the fool that your uncle sent all alone into the middle of this whole mess.
You came by yourself? You think you're some kind of one-man army?
I don't need lectures. You're just like your uncle, you know?
How do you know my uncle?
We go way back.
What's your name?
My name's not important.
Aha. Could you be Snake? Are you Solid Snake?
That's what some people call me.
The legendary Solid Snake? You?
Once again, hitting on women, just like
Sorry
that.
about before. I wasn't sure if you were one of the good guys.
But I knew you were.
How?
It's your eyes.
My eyes?
God.
They're not soldiers' eyes.
And they're rookies' eyes, right?
No, they're beautiful, compassionate eyes.
Oh, just what I'd expect from the legendary Solid Snake. You trying to sweep me off my feet?
Don't worry, you'll land back on them once you meet me. The reality is no match for the legend, I'm afraid.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Why did you look so surprised when you saw my face?
Because you look just like him.
You mean the terrorist leader, Liquid Snake?
Yeah, you know him? You're not brothers, are you?
I have no family.
So what's the
That's
deal?
a yes.
Who knows? Why don't you ask him? But first I want some information. You were involved in this exercise from the beginning. What exactly happened here?
I'm sorry. I was captured along with President Baker right after the terrorist attack.
That's okay. But what is this place? I don't think it's just a nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Boy, oh boy, it's just like them. Nobody told you anything, did they? Okay, you see, this place isn't really for disposing nuclear weapons. This base is owned and operated by a dummy corporation of arms tech.
This is a civilian base?
Right, for the development of Metal Gear.
Colonel.
Foxhound and the Next Generation Special Forces were called here for the test launching of a dummy nuclear warhead.
Why Foxhound?
Because they're a special ops group used to handling top-secret missions. They figured they could help keep it all hush-hush.
But we must have fired nuclear warheads before. Why just this time?
I heard it was because this was to be a final test before the formal adoption of the Metal Gear program. Well, that's what I heard anyway.
Sounds kind of fishy. So what do you think the terrorists want?
Sorry. I'm not sure. I was captured with President Baker right after the revolt started.
Oh yeah, that's when he gave you the detonation code override keys, right?
That's right.
Amazing you were able to keep him hidden from the guards.
Well, women have more hiding places than men.
Kojima.
Anyway, you met Baker, huh? How's he holding up?
He's dead.
What?
Heart attack. Same as the DARPA chief.
The chief died from a heart attack too?
Yeah. Was either of them sick or anything?
Do you actually believe me, Meryl?
Not that I heard of.
Well, I don't believe in coincidences. Something funny's going on.
Sounds like it, but I have no idea what.
Me neither. Yet. Do you know the person who designed Metal Gear?
You mean Dr. Emmerich?
Yes. Is he still alive?
Probably. He should be in the research lab in the second floor basement of the nuclear warhead storage building to the north.
Second floor basement?
Yeah, that's where his lab is. I think they're forcing him to work on the nuclear launching program.
So they'll need him alive until that's done anyway.
Then we better do something before he finishes.
You're right. In case we can't override the detonation code in time, I need to ask him how to destroy Metal Gear.
You plan to take that thing on by yourself, Snake?
It won't be the first time.
Ah.
What's the best way to get to the building where the doctor is being held?
There's a cargo door on the first floor of this building that leads to the north.
What's the security level of the door there?
5. But it's okay. I've got a level 5 card.
Well, I've got to go save the doctor. You should go.
I'm going with you.
No way. You're still too green. I want you to hide somewhere.
I'm not green.
Oh, yes you are. You pause for just 1 second in front of your enemy and it's all over. Good luck doesn't last forever.
This music.
I don't know what happened. I just couldn't pull the trigger right away. I never had any problems in training. But when I thought about my bullets tearing through those soldiers' bodies, I hesitated.
Shooting at targets and shooting at living, breathing people are different.
Ever since I was a little girl, I always dreamed about being a soldier. Every day of my life, I've trained my mind and body for the one day when I could finally see some real action. And now...
So what now? You want to quit?
I can't quit. I can't allow myself to quit now.
Listen, Meryl. Everybody feels sick the first time they kill someone.
Can confirm.
Unfortunately, killing is one of those things that gets easier the more you do it. In a war, all of mankind's worst emotions, worst traits come out. It's easy to forget what a sin is in the middle of a battlefield.
Cosign over how potty is.
A war. It's a terrorist action.
You're just a little jumpy from the combat high. The adrenaline in your bloodstream is starting to thin out. Just take it easy.
But I learned all about combat high at the academy.
We'll talk about it later. For now, just think about keeping yourself alive.
If I get out of here alive, I'll think about that other stuff.
Okay. Let me try to say this another way. Stay the hell out of my way.
You're a real bastard. Just like my uncle said.
Huh. I told you. The real me is no match for the legend.
It looks like you were right. Okay, Snake. I'll be a good girl.
We'll link up after I grab the doctor. Then we'll take care of the detonation code override.
Gotcha. But listen, I know this area better than you. Call me if you have any questions.
Be careful, okay?
After I open up the cargo door, I'll contact you.
Did we ask her about the power key at all? I'm not sure. Mr. Carcass, doing well, dude. I apologise for all my sarcastic comments. I've just played this game way too much over the years. And by that, I mean I haven't played it in 2 decades or so, but I played the hell out of it before that.
Snake, don't be so impatient. Settle down. I need a little more time to get the cargo door open. I'll call you when I get the door open. Just wait a little, okay?
What do I have to do? Do I have to go downstairs and upstairs? I think so. Colonel, I'm flirting with your niece.
Don't worry, Colonel. Meryl is fine.
Thank God.
Meryl is a very strong woman. I really respect her.
She's got plenty of heart.
Thanks, Snake.
Not so fast. The real mission is still ahead.
Okay, Kojima confirms that Meryl is a strong female character. Good stuff.
Rescuing that Metal Gear engineer is now your primary goal. When Meryl opens up the cargo door, I want you to head north.
Alright. She needs to open this. Level 5. Let's go down here. Yeah, I think what I had to do was call her from this location here, and then we go up and that will be open. Just walk out here, shrug our shoulders. Hopefully not walk into a trapdoor. And yeah, we'll go to the next screen, but I won't fight the tank tonight. I'll quickly boot up one of the other games and check out the VR missions.
Snake, I unlocked the cargo door for you.
Thanks. Where are you?
Where I can see ya.
Don't move around too much.
Don't worry, I'm disguised in this enemy uniform.
You won't be for long with the way you walk.
What does that mean?
You've got a cute ass.
Listen, Snake, the cargo door is like an airlock. It's equipped with infrared sensors. Be careful. If an intruder is sensed, gas is released.
Gas?
Okay, so we'll meet at the nuclear warhead storage building.
Wait, you said you'd stay put and be a good girl.
I changed my mind.
Don't get careless. That's when things always turn sour.
Sorry, but this is the only way I can figure out whether or not I'm cut out to be a soldier. I gotta get my hands dirty.
These guys are professionals. You're gonna get yourself killed.
See you there.
It's not my fault. Also, to be very clear, I am not saying that Meryl has a cute ass. Kojima is saying that Meryl has a cute ass. And that's one of the many reasons he no longer works at Konami. So, this door is equipped with infrared sensors. This is going to be the last thing that I do today. I know, Meryl. You just told me.
Snake. That air airlock is set with infrared sensors. You probably can't see them with your naked eyes, but there are infrared beams coming out of that wall. Touch any one of them and the doors will seal off and the place will be flooded with poison gas. Somehow you've got to get through without setting off those sensors.
If you don't have the thermal goggles, the cigarettes will work, but cigarettes will kill you.
It looks like the place is protected by infrared sensors. Somehow you'll have to make it past the beams.
Miller?
People's reaction speed is slowest around 3 o'clock in the morning, and so is their judgment.
Oh, I beg to differ on that.
If you're feeling drowsy, you should get some sleep.
I've definitely got 1 or 2 platinums at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I don't know. Also, it's not 3 o'clock in the morning, it is 11 my time, but I do want to try and get to bed early tonight, and I do want to do a little bit of editing before I go to bed, so I'll call it quits very shortly. Nearly. Jesus. Yeah, the way to look at this is to look on the very edge on the left-hand side and see when it's coming down. So this is a level 5 door ahead of me, and this here is a level 2 door. Go figure. That's where I'll call it. Tomorrow we will start with the tank fight. Let me just make a save here, and then we'll go back to the main menu because there's 2 things I want to check out before I call an end to the stream. Aileen, you have a bad feeling about this place as well?
You caught Snake?
You do not. Let's save over that. It feels so good to come back to this game after all these years.
Snake, listen to what Lo Chi said. He who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. Just because you see an item doesn't mean that you always have to get it. If you don't really need it, think twice before you stick your neck out. It might not be worth it.
Very wise. Enough is not enough though, I want more. Alright. So to be very clear, I was looking at this top one here, playing the US version. I really do think the audio is different in this version. Or whatever version it was that I played back in the day, the PAL version that was available in Australia. Really? I could have sworn that I saved over the same slot. Yeah, here we go. This just makes me sad. I mean, Konami are getting better over the last year or two, but do you remember when Konami made video games? And not, you know, fucking pachinko machines? Well, let's put some Silent Hill data here. Preferably the parts where we're approaching the doghouse, but we're not sure if it's a dog because there's no dog around. Yeah, that's going to be essential for the Psycho Mantis fight. Alright, looking at the trophy list, I think this one has been fixed, but it does say that you can get this by doing it in special missions, not VR missions. VR training sold predominantly in North America, so this one is likely a PAL version, because there's no US here. I'll check it out very briefly. Is there anything I can do here? No, we can't add virtual data like we can with the first game. Shout out to Konami, for reals. I just gave them a lot of shit there, but the fact that this feature actually exists, I think is amazing. They did not need to do that, but they did that, and I think that's commendable. It doesn't happen very often, but sometimes I can say nice things. It's incredibly rare. But I just want to take a look at this before we jump in. What the fuck is this? I definitely have not seen this. Also, this name. Tuppy plagiarized it. This looks just as awful as Metal Gear Solid 2's missions. They're spoiling the entire game's arsenal here, including the UFO that shows up at the very end. The hell? Epilepsy warning. And you are? We're taking photos. It's a Hideo Kojima game, very clearly.
Don't get careless.
The hell? Ah, yes, we get to play some missions as the Cyborg Ninja. That's a long intro, holy shit. And we're still not done.
That's such the VR training I did on board the Discovery.
I talked over that. Something VR training you did on the Discovery. I'll take a super quick look at this, maybe do a mission or two, or 5, and then we'll call it quits. Pushing buttons and not much is happening. Yeah, this is purely the missions, you don't get the main game here. I think we just saw the movie. Passing config, but we can override that elsewhere. Do we really have 300 missions here? I think we do. Sneaking mode, no weapon level 1. Don't be seen by enemy soldiers and head for the goal. This training mission is aborted if you are spotted.
Impressive, Snake.
I don't recall playing these or any kind of VR training in the original game, so everything that I'm hearing here, the music and those voice lines, is from Metal Gear Solid 2. Use the radar effectively and head for the goal. There is a blind spot behind the enemy. I never knew. This music is straight out of the OG Metal Gear. Ah!
Who's that?
Okay, that I definitely remember. Let's play through a couple of these. Maybe I'll do 10 or so, maybe 5, and then we'll call it there.
Impressive.
I feel the slowdown. Use shortcuts wisely and head for the goal. Infiltrate by crawling through low ceiling areas. I suppose I have to, don't I? That guy is not moving. I could maybe sneak up behind him and just flip him like I did the other guys, but we'll play along. And there's no time limit on this, which is fantastic. Hopefully, well, I have seen in that movie that some missions will have time limits, but from what I recall from Metal Gear Solid 2's VR missions, there was an additional time limit, which basically gave you, like, say, good, bronze, silver, gold, that sort of thing, and you need to get golds in a lot of them to get it. Find the best route and head for the goal. Find the routes where the surveillance is lax. Man around here. Well, the fact that this guy is not turning around at all.
Impressive.
Got over 2 hours, it's 11:10. Head for goal quietly, no footsteps on different coloured floor tiles, and don't wake up any enemy soldiers. I see. So they're all sleeping. So can I walk off the side here? I cannot. Can't go that way. Can I crawl over here? Sure can. Nothing impressive about this disembodied voice. Beware of surveillance cameras and head for the goal. A blind spot is directly underneath the surveillance camera. We know. So now right there. Alright, that's just another camera. Never mind. Everything I do is impressive. Watch out for infrared sensors and head for the goal. Use your equipment wisely. Oh, I'm sorry, I need to stop playing. I cannot promote the use of cigarettes. I'm very sorry. This is where the playthrough is going to come to an end. Thank you for watching, everyone, and yeah, let's just not do that. I need to use my cigarettes. Nearly. It's so unrealistic. We don't have a health bar. Our health should be going down right now. This game promotes smoking in an unhealthy fashion.
Impressive, Snake.
Head for the goal, but don't be spotted by the enemy. Duck and hide where there are low walls. Oh.
Impressive.
Hide inside a cardboard box and head for the goal. Even if you are hiding, you'll be caught if you move. I wasn't moving. I'm terrible at this game, so I'm reading the trophy description. I don't believe I need to do the time attack. It just says 300 practice stages have different clear conditions for each clear or gameplay mode. Yeah, that was too late. Unfortunately, we don't have rewind. These are actual native PS4 games and PS5 games and not emulated games. Well, they are emulated, but you know what I mean. Not a fan of this background. So many cameras, so many beams of yellow light. I'm not even looking at the game right now, I'm just looking at the radar. I think I had a window there from the left camera, but I'm not sure. This one's going to be looking directly at me now on the right. Yeah, okay. I've got to go when this camera turns all the way to the left. And hope that I'm not in field of view. Problem I've got now is that camera below me. Nah. There was a window earlier. I don't see the window now. I might have been able to creep forward for a moment there, but I think it would have been spotted. I'm just worried that this camera on the left is going to spot me. The range isn't quite as long as I think it is, but it's still very dangerous. I think that was impressive. Let's do this one and then we'll call it. Don't leave any footprints and head for the goal. The enemy will chase you if they find your footprints. I don't care. Part of the fun in that initial section outside the facility is putting the footprints down and then just trolling the guards to your heart's content.
Impressive, Snake.
Yeah, let's call it there. There's 300 of those. I would like to try and do the majority of those on stream. And look at that, we've done 10 missions. We are 3.3% through our VR training. There's 290 more missions to go. That is math. That is math that I can do at this hour of night. So yeah, sneaking, we got no weapon in SOCOM. Weapon, got all these weapons which we'll find throughout the game. I don't believe we need to do time attack at all. I can't even go in there yet. Maybe I need to do all of these and then time attack unlocks, but I don't think it's necessary to go in there given that VR training is 3.3. I need to make a save here. And then I'm going to log off and do some editing and then go to bed. Really? Only one save slot. Wow. Alright, I'll continue with this tomorrow night. I really am enjoying playing this game after so many years. And I think, just based on what I've seen here, I could be entirely wrong because I don't really pay attention to such matters. I feel that Konami have done a reasonable job here. All of these versions of the game, I believe they added a few after launch. It's very confusing coming in here and checking it out though, and seeing all these versions going, shit, which one do I play? Just want to see something very quickly. I know, I said I'd log off. So this was the North American version. And that looks very similar. Yeah, immediately I can see it, and that's running at a faster frame rate. And yet, the guide says this one is unreliable. Oh man.
Who's that?
I'll stick with the 25 FPS version, but man, that's depressing. If I knew that this game worked to unlock the trophy, I would go with that, but I don't, so I can't. We'll play this one. That's the main game. Using the NTSC version, but this one here is going to be a PAL version, which sucks, but what can you do? Then once this is done, as I said, I'd like to check out Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, but I'd also like to check out Neo. I'd also like to play Death Stranding. There's just so much that I want to play at the moment, and I've got no time to do it, so... I have mentioned that I'm going to step back from recording offline for a bit on the YouTube channel, and I'll probably just concentrate on streaming for a bit and playing a ton of games, so... yeah, I'll be streaming more, I'll be streaming to YouTube more. Please be excited for that. Alright, I'm going to log off. Thank you for watching, everyone. I did see a few people come in and lurk. Thank you for doing so. Appreciate it. Have a great day, great night, or whatever it is in your part of the world right now. And I'll be back online with more of this, hopefully, tomorrow night. See you then.